And pretty exciting to see as OHL Commissioner David Branch joins us now in studio. I'm Terry Doyle with Mark McKelvey as well, and I'm sure as you see that, and we sometimes talk about the first and second rounders, but there's familiar names they're chosen in this what we're in right now, the eighth round.
It's amazing, when you look back, and I think it's great messaging for the families, and in particular the young players that are watching this. It gets to be a long day. It seems like a long day. But I mean, for our teams, every round is so important. They're vigilant on every pick. It doesn't matter where you get picked. It's when you're given an opportunity to play. And this really illustrates that clearly. And I think the other message, we also have some incredible alumni that were never drafted. So, I mean, that's all part of it, and I just wish the families and players that they enjoy the day and they really look forward to the future.
I think it's safe to say, as last night we saw some of the top picks come in here to the offices, that has to be one of the days you look forward to the most each and every year, meeting what are going to be the new stars of our league.
So much so. I mean, the energy, the excitement leading up to this day, Mark, is incredible, and this is one of the highlights annually. I mean. And it's interesting because our league has such a close tie to minor hockey. We have great partnerships through the Ontario Hockey Federation and all the divisions. And I mean, you look at the OHL Cup. Wow, that's an exciting event on the calendar. I said to one of the young guys last night that was here that in my humble opinion, outside of the OHL, the best league is the U16 programs in the province, and the level of competition, the quality of coaching, the youthful exuberance of the young guys makes it so special. And you know what? Every year we get as we say, a whole new wave of special young people joining our league and keeping our league as the #1 development league in the world for NHL, U Sport, you name it. So special time.
A few years ago, OHL, yourselves, the governors, the general managers, ramped up the education program even more. Of course, I say a few years ago, it's been many years now. See someone, Brody Barrick was just here. There's a guy, of course, he went through this process as a 7th round choice, gets his degree, through the education program. Here he is working with the league, but I'm sure it's nice to see those players that have come through the programs use their education program. Of course, we talk about players going on to the national hockey, the developing on the hockey side, but so many people developing as whatever their career is through the OHL's education program. I'm sure that's very proud to see those players. We hear, hey, this player got his degree. This player went on to get his master's through the OHL education program. We got to be pretty proud of that.
Absolutely, without question. And it was interesting in the last little while. I had a meeting with the relatively new Minister of Sport, Neil Lumsden, for the province of Ontario. And he was telling me that at one point in his career, he was at Brock University. And he brought up our scholarship program, which he just says, Dave, it's phenomenal. And he said, in my time at Brock, I could pick out who the OHL graduates that were at our school because of the way they handled themselves, the level of maturity, what they brought to the university, not only off the ice, or on the ice, but off the ice. And that says so much. And the other thing that I'm not sure we talk about this enough about our education program. Not every player or person wishes to necessarily go to university or college. And we have complete flexibility. If you want to take a trade, the scholarship program looks after it. If you want to go to firefighters school, on and on and on. Airplane pilot, these are all examples in the past that we've utilized the scholarship program for. So great flexibility. I really feel it serves and meets the needs of the young guys coming through our league.
And we've talked a bit already today about some of the opportunities the players get off the ice, talking about the education program. We heard from Rico Phillips a few moments ago as well. Just some of the other programs that the league has put in place and their development over the years. I'm sure it's starting to pay back as you're seeing the rewards greatly with the way that it is impacting the league.
Oh, without question. I mean, first of all, to the credit of our owners, I mean, in adopting the EDI program that Rico has brought to our league is phenomenal. I mean, in this day and age, that is so important for many different reasons. And Rico's done a fabulous job in terms of educating and helping to create awareness in this very, very important area as well. We had Anthony Stewart on the panel last night, and Anthony does great work in terms of his programs in helping young people, feel comfortable and welcome and take up our great game. That's so important, to get more people at a young age playing our game and feeling comfortable. And that's what Rico has done, and it's a great education piece for, like I say, our young people. So that's a great program. I think our other partnership is with the Canadian Mental Health Association, and I think as parents we all recognize that in this day and age, unfortunately, mental health is such an incredible challenge and issue. Most families are probably having to address that, and so our teams have local partners. We have branch offices of the CMHA in our centers, and there's seminars given, and those people are on call. They're available when players and or staff have a particular need. So that's another partnership which really, really means so much to our league, but more importantly, when I say that, our players.
You announced a new partnership recently with someone you think he's the mayor of Kitchener-Waterloo, Ben Finelli, graduate of the OHL, and now working with him, and I'm sure being able to take his message even greater, because I know anyone who's talked to Ben, and certainly they're inspired by him, and it's certainly able to, I'm sure, grow that across the province is going to be huge.
Yeah, Heroic Minds is Ben's program, and it's another support program dealing with mental health. And Ben is such an ambassador for our players, our league, quite frankly. As we all know, he went through a near tragic head injury while playing in our league at a game in Kitchener. I remember it like yesterday, and the fact he even came back to play was remarkable. But he such a positive person, and from that experience, maybe he then started to focus on mental health and supporting the game, the players, and others around it.
No, certainly great. I remember seeing him at the Memorial Cup, recognized by the Canadian Hockey League after being awarded in the Ontario Hockey League as well. A lot of special people around the Ontario Hockey League, and someone that has been very special to you for about 34, 35-ish years is going to be making a little change once the season wraps up. And I'm sure, you've been having some discussions, but, what has Ted Baker meant to you over the last 3+ decades?
Well, he's meant so much, certainly to myself, but to our league. And Ted has taken the decision that this will be his final season with the OHL directly. Hopefully there'll still be some indirect arrangements and association with us. But he's been such a builder and has done so many things for our league. He cares. He cares, and it translates into, once again, what is best for the game, what's best for our players. And it's the value system that you try and develop, a culture, shall we say. It's no different than, Ted and I often talk, we're like coaches, and we have 20 teams, we have 20 players. And when you are a coach, and you might mention to Ted if you're talking to him, he's not a very good coach, okay? That Markham program that he was in charge of for a few years,
Thank goodness there were other coaches. That's what you're saying?
I'm just teasing. No, I'm just teasing. He what an incredible person, and the benefits he brought to not only the Waxer organization, but all the players that he touched. But he's just such an incredible young guy. I say young. I guess everybody compared to me is young. But he's moving on, and I just can't thank him enough.
I guess one thing people don't realize too, and we were having some discussions last night just separately, every general manager would probably say they talk to him it probably averages once a day, through email, through text, because there are just so many facets of being a general manager, being involved in the league, and of course when you can lean on someone with that experience. And I'm sure that's the thing you see, where there's those ongoing dialogue, and Ted takes a lot of those calls and texts and emails.
Yes, that's been one of his key core functions here, as you just so aptly described. He is the contact for our general managers, and to the credit of the general managers, and maybe more so to Ted, they rely on Ted, right? And he handles a lot from player registrations and discipline and officiating and all those things. So he's the complete hockey person.
Well, we appreciate you spending some time with us. We will see you offset in a little while as well once we're all wrapped up here, but we'll allow you to head back and enjoy watching the rest of the picks come in.
Well, thank you, Terry. Thank you, Mark. And once again, to all the players and families out there, good luck. Keep playing the game, whether you're picked where you want to be or if you're not selected. We need you in our game, and everybody develops at different times and stages. So good luck to everyone.